Hey YouTube, what's up? I'm Hupeson. We're going to see the best comp for patch 1420B. This is according to the hotfix included, and now the meta is very stabilized, so we can know what's going on. Important, we were only going to see tier S and tier A comps. I will not cover tier B or tier C or tier D comps. We'll talk about them because these are not the ones you should be playing. So I will mention them so you know which comps are bait and you shouldn't be playing, but we will focus on the one in above. So let's start in the bottom. Super Seraphim, this is a meme comp that appeared last patch. It's not worth it, so don't try to go for it. Pillar of Frame Shen, the hero augment for Shen is very bad. The only way to play is Hecarim and Shen, so don't go for it again. Spider Queen and Nunu are the worst hero augments together with Shen, so never try to play around them. Elise is a little better than Nunu, but the spot has to be perfect, so I really don't recommend it. Poppy did improve. Now you can play Poppy in Witchcraft Vertical, so it's a pretty decent comp. You roll at 5 and try to go for the Poppy with ideal items and Cassiopeia as your secondary carry, also 3-star. Kog'Maw is like the comp that you always want to play and you know how to play, and it's not like the worst, but now it's in a very bad spot. The meta is not good for Kog'Maw. He felt the nerf according to the line, so don't try to go for Kog'Maw really, unless you have the perfect spot. Katarina Nila, again, you don't want to play around this comp. This is the reroll 2-cost warrior comp. Don't go for it. Kalista Fiora also. Fiora and Kalista, they both are in a weird spot right now because they can be used, but they're a little nerfed. The nerf was recovered in the patch B, but it wasn't enough, and now this comp feels very uncomfortable normally. So if you want to play Kalista, we will see above that you have to play the Ferry comp, the normal Ferry comp, and if you want to see Fiora, you simply want to play it maybe in the Preserver line or something like that. Karma Gwen is a comp that is also tier C, it's like in the middle ground, it's not amazing. You play Karma, you play Fiora, you play Gwen, and these are good units, so it makes sense to play them, but also it's not in the perfect spot right now. 6 Warriors is pretty good. If you go for the Warrior emblem, you need to get it in the either with a sartén, as we say in Spanish. In English, it's like the frying pan. Or you get the emblem from the augment, but if you get it from the augment, you get one less augment, so it's like weird. You need a lot of combat augments for this. Super Ash is decent also. It's the multi-striker vertical, but again, it's not amazing. It's only okay because multi-striker was a little buff. Build different is decent. You can play Olaf, you can play Kalista, you can play Ryze. Olaf is the best. If you get Olaf 2-star, you can go for top 4 easily with build different. Lilia also improved, but again, not amazing, but improve a lot. You can play Lilia with this comp that is now played with Ryze as secondary carry, and you go with Poppy, so it's a decent comp. Super Hecarim also reduced. I think I will put it in tier C now because I don't like it so much. Super 6 also was tier S in last patch, now diminished a lot in possibilities, so don't try to go for this comp again. Kamikaze Real is fun. It was tier C, now again tier B. Try to go for double healing item and put it in the front line, and you can see when they hit him, he will try to bounce and try to hit a lot. And obviously Wei and Shen also 3-star, Shen for tankiness and Wei for additional damage. Vertical Frost was tier S last patch, and now it's really not working because you need it's a difficult comp. You need the Frost emblem, you need the battles with good items, you need Olaf. It's not easy comp, and the cap will be 9 Frost, and even with 9 Frost, maybe a comp in tier S can win against this comp. So you can use it, it's fine, but it's not totally broken. Varus Arcana also tier S, previous patch, now it's tier B. It started very bad in the beginning of the patch. People are starting to play it again, and now it's going up the rankings. So it's a good comp for top 4. It's not an amazing comp. La Cobra, Incanto Shifter, also Cassiopeia with Shapeshifter is a fine comp that you can play. And you need spot. You need a perfect spot with a lot of Cassiopeia and Shyvana in the early game. Spin to Win, one of the best hero augments right now. Go for Wukong and go for full Preservers and Karma. This will allow you to have a Karma burning everybody, and then the Wukong help you with the additional damage and the cleanup. Vertical Eldritch also improved. Now it's the best of tier B. You go for one emblem and you try to go for 7 Eldritch and get the super god slamming around. The thing about this comp is you need the Briar to actually have a good damage, so you can think about Nila with Gwen before and then go for the Briar. That is the one, that's the moment you will get the cap of the comp. Nami is pretty good, Karma is pretty good. Both do the same, they both spread the Morello or the red buff and give you like a healing cut, but actually the damage will come because of the god of the that you get from the Eldritch and because of Briar, so take that into consideration. 6 Chrono, very situational and very strong. It's a hard comp because you need one of the augments of Chrono. If you find that, you simply play the 6 Chrono and you play full Preservers and Bardo. You play Preserver, Bardo, and finally Milo. So Milo gives items to the rest of the units. Rakan will be a great tank for the comp, even with the nerf. And Camille and Karma will be the one who will do the real damage. So Karma spreading damage and Camille cleaning up. It's a good comp, and the enemy doesn't get to play. So because the enemy doesn't get to play because of your Chronos, Milio will give a lot of items to all your units, so you get a good performance from him also. Veigar, it was tier S, but then in the hotfix he was very hit, especially the vertical of Mage, but it's still playable. You play 5 Mage right now, go for Vex 3-star, go for Veigar, and finally you get Nami, you get Galio, you get Norra. If you manage to get Veigar 3, Vex 3, you're already fully stabilized. Now you go try to go to level 8 quickly, to level 9 if you can, and then if you find the Norra 2-star, you go for first place. It's very powerful, the Norra right now. Obviously very difficult because you're rolling for 2 units. That is very difficult to get 3-star because there are 3 costs, so go for it. Sugar Gwen, also pretty strong. You go for Gwen, Fiora, and Jinx with priority, and don't try to go for tank items because normally your tanks are the same warriors. So normally Fiora will get in the middle, she will start hitting, she will heal herself, and she will be the tank of the comp. If you can manage to get a good tank, if you have exact 6 items and you go for a good Tahm Kench or a good Rakan, that's good, but you need damage. You need the additional damage for Gwen, for Fiora, and for Jinx to be able to kill the Origins, because you already have a lot. It's a damage comp, it's not a stall comp, it's not a defensive comp, so try to go for it to get the win. Super Warwick is amazing. Obviously you want to try to go for the Vampiric Scepter. If you don't get it, it's fine. This is an artifact you get from Ornn items, and then you go for Ginsu and then some scaling with the Titans. Twitch 3 is very important. You can go for this item, you can go for blue buff, Deathblade, and then because he hits in area like a line, you can go for red buffs for additional healing cut, and Blitzcrank 3 because you're rolling for 1-star, so Blitzcrank 3-star pretty strong, and he will help you with the front line. Then you only get all the vanguards you can, and Olaf will be just secondary carry, so it's very important. He will also get you the Frost activated, and he will give you Hunters with Twitch, so pretty good comp and very balanced and very good to top in any way. Vertical Witchcraft, if you have only 1 emblem, it's decent. You play Karma with the emblem, but if you have 2 emblems, it's one of the best comps in the game. Age Witchcraft is so good. You play Briar, you manage to get also to play Diana, and you have so many additional units, and you don't let the enemy play because the Witchcraft will turn them into frogs. So it's actually an amazing comp that you should have right now. Rise Scholar, very good into the meta. Normally you play Rise Arcana / Scholar, and you try to go for the units that make more sense in your comp. And obviously the most important thing is that the Rise has good items. Don't try to go for double scaling items in this comp because normally you don't have that much frontline like super, so try to go for 1 scaling item, either Ginso or you can go for Archangels. Don't go for both because you actually want to hit hard, because the idea of this comp is try to go to level 9, find the Seraph, and then you go for Seraph as the Arcana emblem, and now you hit true damage. So when you have true damage, you want to blast the comp and you want to blast the front line, so don't try to go for double scaling when you play this. Molten Caramel, one of the best hero augments, is now played with full Blaster and full Arcana. Full Arcana no, full Vanguard. Try to go for Rumble 3, Tristana 3. This is the peak strength of the comp, and then just up levels to try to get Arcana in and get smaller and additional units. Then you have Vertical Ferries. Normally the Kalista wasn't performing well because of the nerf in Rakan, in the ferry item of Rakan, but now the comp is once again one of the best. So simply you play the same comp as before, only 5 ferries, and play the comp that you see right now. If you go to level 9, you simply add Camille. You can drop Jax for Camille. You have Hecarim, you have the additional comp, and you always go for 5 ferries. If you have 2 emblems, you go for 7 or go for 9. But normally you always stay in 5, even with the changes in the hotfix. Draconic Mastery, this is ideal if you have this augment, the Draconic Mastery augment that allows you to get a free smolder. But if you don't have it, the comp is also very good because Shapeshifter are very stable and it's one of the best front lines right now in the game. So go for Shyvana with Shyvana, Briar. These are units that can get the Thieves Gloves easily and are very, very strong. Then frontline Nasus, Swain, Nick, obviously, and then try to go for Smolder and try to turn Smolder into a Shapeshifter, because even though he was buffed now with more armor and magic resist, he's still very squishy and you can kill him easily, and he always goes and trolls and he gets killed by the enemy before he scales. So if you turn him into a Shapeshifter, it's perfect because he will like get additional life and he will not die and give you a chance to scale the Ginsu. So this comp is amazing even if you don't have Draconic Mastery, so consider playing the Shapeshifter comp. Deja Vu Galio, the best hero augment right now. Galio is amazing. You simply play Galio, 3 mages, and go for full vanguards at the front line. Double Ginso plus healing for the Galio, and you're amazing. This combo is so good. It's now in a perfect spot into the meta. Try to go for it, and here you have like the augments that you should prioritize to use it. Vertical Portal, so easy to play. They nerfed the bombs in the patch, but even though it's amazing, the comp is very is great right now because you stabilize very hard on level 8, only having the Rise 2-star and the Taric 2-star, and then you go to level 9 and play Norra, and if you manage to find Norra 2-star and Briar 2-star, you already won the game. Obviously it's difficult. These are legendaries that are very looked for in the meta, but is great. So try to go for this comp always with a portal emblem. If you don't have portal emblem, try to go to level 9 and only play 6 portal, and you play the units that you see in the screen. Try to go for Diana, try to go for Briar. You get good units, but don't try to play like bad portal units because it will not make sense for you in the end. And finally, the best comp right now in the patch is Wujinx. Wujinx is so good. The Mono, the Monkey, the Super Wukong is amazing. Try to go for Nunu 3, Jinx 3, Nunu with triple defensive items. If you don't have spin to win, remember he's only a tank. He's a great tank. So go for double Stoneplate, and then you can go for Warmog or you can go for Redemption. Then go for Jinx with Ginso, Armor Shred also you will need, and then finally you can go for another Ginso, or you can go for the Hurricane that is very good in her because she's only auto attacking, so you get the additional damage. And finally Olaf is very good. So the important thing, the trick about this comp is that normally you play level 7 if you don't have the Hunter emblem. So the board will be the one you're seeing right now. You play like this. So you play Bard and Cillian for the synergies, and then you play 4 hunters with the Wukong. If you have an emblem, you can play 6, but you need to get to level 8. So if you have an emblem, a hunter, a crown, for example, put Noms in, go to level 8 and roll on level 8 for Wukong and for Jinx. This will allow you to have like the perfect comp. And even though you don't hit quicker the Jinx and the Wukong 3-star because you went to level 8, you spent gold, the comp is so good and the 4 Hunter are so good that you will get like so much damage and it will be perfect for you. So this is the best comp you should be playing and you should be looking for in the game. So remember, go to tft.guiadeparche.com. I will show you now here on the corner. And here you will find the updates for all the comps. And I updated with Pro Player Relic and with my brother daily. So you have the best comp with the best item, with the best early game. And you always know what's in the meta right now. So remember, surpass your limits in life and in TFT. Remember to follow the channel and see you in the convergence. Wow!